So yeah, this shit ain't sustainable. So, kind of did this as a joke. Let me move some of this shit out of the way. This is a collector from Masters of the Universe. Of course, you know, the Vanguard. And I bought the boat for the black. Oh, and I'm knocking people over. Yeah. Okay, so there was a point to all this, and it got lost a little bit. So let me fix my lightsaber here, and I can get to my point. Let me just turn this around. So, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to knock people's tastes or anything, but honestly, space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of toy collecting. So yeah, I mean, the space part is really what I'm talking about here. It's just not. You don't realize how much space these things take up until you get them. The Vanguard surprised me. You know, I'm much more of a 1/18 scale guy, and I mean the Vanguard takes up more space than the Vamp and the Hiss and the 1/18 scale combined. It's a lot of vehicle. This is a lot of vehicle. This is the Fortnite boat. I bought it when the black was announced. You know, I'll have that. I'll get the other boat too. But it's a question of where the fuck is this shit gonna go? Because space is at a premium as it is. I mean, in case you haven't noticed, my Sentinels are still back here. We put Darth Vader there. I mean, that's how premium space is becoming. I don't see this improving. You know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I mean, I've had to come up with creative storage decisions and all kinds of stuff. But you know, I've explained my woes in this room, and you know, again, I kind of wonder. It's like, when I do finally get to where I want to display this stuff, am I going to have room? It's actually a valid question, because I have added to this collection greatly in the past 5 years. I mostly grabbed things back that I already had, but, you know, built up from there. But now I'm seeing the problem, because, and those three were just the easiest ones to get to. It was like, wow, there's not space for these anymore. And I'm wondering, when I get in that room, is there going to be space, and what am I going to do? It's going to get really interesting. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but it should be fun to try. But I don't think I can go much further. I'm sitting here, and I'm like, okay, 1/12 vehicles. I'm getting Ghost Rider. I'm doing a custom bike from the Wolverine bike for my other Johnny Blaze, just cause. But I'm getting that red one. I know I'm getting the Locust, and I know I'm getting the boat. I'm not sure if I can handle much more after that. And it's kind of funny, because, you know, I think about it, you know, they used to have 1/6 scale vehicles for the original G.I. Joe. They were kind of cheap, but they took up a lot of space. And it never, you know, space never became a concern until now. Now we're getting all these 1/12 vehicles. Now, I will say, you know, 1/12, you get a good vehicle. I mean, this is a good sized vehicle right here. You get a good sized vehicle that's realistically proportionate, it's believable. I mean, I don't remember what the original retail was on this thing, but I mean, I know I got it for $10. But I know how much I got the Vanguard for, and that's very reasonably priced for what you get. I always forget how heavy it is until I have to move it too. It is a hefty piece of machinery. Okay, it's not machinery, but you know what I mean. In that, you got wrestling ring for wrestlers and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So, begs the question, you know, how much can you fit in? I know I see pretty ambitious people talking about, you know, the conquest and everything else, and I'm like, dude, no. There's no way. I mean, there's no way. I mean, I debated a hiss for the Arctic one just to convert it to 1/18 scale, but then I just decided, nah. I didn't like the price for one thing. I thought it was a little high. Sorry, I bumped the camera there. And I just thought it was a bit much. You know, I mean, just too much, you know, a mega hiss. You know, if they try to release one in blue or something, I might think about it. But white, I would have to repaint it, and I don't want to repaint it. You know, I don't want to spend that much money to repaint something. You know, I'm not going to do a thing to this. This is going to stay as it is, and, you know, this will be for the black, and cool. And I'll use that other boat as well. But, you know, the Vala boat. I'll call it the Vala boat. But yeah, it's, I don't think this 1/12 vehicle thing is sustainable. Really started kicking off with G.I. Joe Classified, and it kind of blew up from there. And I know some people love it, but I'm like the Snowcat. I was just kind of like, that was close. Almost didn't fund. I funded on the last day. That was weird. Made me wonder though. I know, snow themed vehicle, nobody likes snow for whatever reason. I ain't never figured that shit out. But at the same time, I'm like going, that's unusual. And you know, I think the Rattler was a big one. That kind of made people go, oh, this is difficult to display, and it is. And I see people doing it, and those ideas of hanging it from the ceiling aren't quite as easy as you guys thought, are they? Yeah, it's been really entertaining to kind of watch collectors deal with that one. But, you know, I just really feel like this is not sustainable in the long term, because the space issue, I mean, especially since you have to consider who the audience is. It's us with shelf space. That's what we use it for, shelf space. And yeah, I've got a bunch of shit crammed in all my shelves. But my point is that, you know, I try to make use of the space and try to make it work for me. Versus other people just do shelfies. You know? This is just me talking. I mean, I've not bought any of the G.I. Joe vehicles because I'm kind of looking at it like I have this, it's just in a different scale, and actually I enjoy it in a smaller scale much better. So why should I buy it in a new scale? I mean, it's like, saves me money not to. You know, and you got those people who are pursuing just whatever's new. Well, you know, whatever's new is like, okay, but it's just new. It's not any different. Just a little bit bigger. I mean, really. But, you know, I have my vamp and my hiss up on this shelf along with a bunch of figures, and they fit just fine. I couldn't fit. I'm looking up there if you're wondering. I could not fit a vamp and a hiss in 1/12 scale up there, let alone a bunch of figures. You know, I got wrestling ring. I got a wrestling ring to consider. I got all kinds of stuff, and I'm going through a bunch of stuff today, which brought this to my attention. I was going through a lot of it's diorama stuff, you know, but still, it's like, this space thing is going to be an issue. And part of me just can't wait till I get down the hall and get into that room so I can see where everything can go. And then I'll understand where my collection stands as far as vehicles in this scale. But, you know, I've got some really big 118. I got a flag, for crying out loud. Yeah, my plan is to have the flag in the middle of the room. So, on bookshelves, and then vehicles underneath the bookshelf, the Joe vehicles. That's the plan. Will it happen? I don't know. One of these days, maybe. But, still, I was just looking at some of the stuff I have and some of the vehicles I have, and I was going, man, this ain't sustainable. So I thought I'd do just a little video on it and just say, you know, I'm already at capacity. And as far as vehicle goes, I don't think I can get any more. I might be wrong. I won't say I'm right. I might be wrong. But, yeah, this is a, you know, Chad always says this is not a world building scale, and he's right. It's not. It's, yeah, you can have vehicles, but you're going to be limited on what you can put out. And, you know, I've heard Bobby Valla say, he's not sure if this is going to last. I agree with him. I don't think it's going to last. You know, you get small vehicles, yeah, sure, but something along this line or the Vanguard line, we're getting into some territory there that's like questionable at best. Anywho, I just thought I'd speak on it and give you my opinions. It's like, yeah, okay, this is fun, but it's gotta come back, because like, you're never gonna do an AT-AT in 1/12 scale. It's not possible. You're never gonna do the flag. You're never gonna do the Terradrome. Terradrome's gonna be another house. I mean, I know they did the Cat's Lair. Yeah, okay, it was alright, but come on. Reality has to set in. And plus, they screwed up the Cat's Lair. I mean, everybody's boxes were damaged and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that ended up being a bunch of bullshit. And that's Super 7 for you, anyhow. Okay, so I've said my piece. I just don't see the space. I mean, I see a lot of guys with a lot of space. I don't see them being able to sustain it, you know. We're laser pants, but that's because he's making a city. You know, I mean, that helps. You got rid of the futon and made a city. I mean, but he's got a huge room too, you know, unlike the rest of us. I got a good sized room, but it ain't huge, and I can't access it. So there's my other problem. One day soon, one day, I'll be able to get back there. But anyhow, for now, that's it. Just sharing my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Do all that YouTube stuff and take care.